Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. Hope you're all having a great day. Today, we have some racing in trucks and Xfinity at Texas Motor Speedway, and then we have some Cup Series racing at Gateway. Very excited to bring this episode to you guys today here, as hopefully it's going to be a nice step in the right direction for us on the Cup Series side with this Roush LeBron Racing team. Here on the Truck Series side, though, things are looking pretty good for our Going Racing team, where we had community member Logan Sorburn in the truck for us here tonight under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway. Was hoping for a really strong run. We've had chances to win this race in the past, and we have won this race in the past in the Truck Series with our team. And Logan was being very aggressive, 3 wide through the middle, through turns 3 and 4 on this opening lap of this race now, as he was not wasting any time getting up inside of the top 5, and he would look to make it 3 wide in the middle again as it came through, completing this first and opening lap down. And it turns one, there was some contact though with a few trucks that would cause an incident, actually, including Logan, who would get turned head on into the outside wall, and that would actually be our night over. For the first time in I don't know how long, we have actually had a crash for one of our community members in the Truck Series. So it ended up being a last place finish for our Going Racing team with Logan behind the wheel. He was looking very good beforehand, but unfortunately it would be a last place finish there. And an aggressive move right there unfortunately led to that incident, as it was, like I said, looking really good before that, as he was about to be up in the top 3. But nonetheless, we have to move on and get on with our day as we came through now into the Xfinity Series with Daniel Suarez behind the wheel of our Yellow Heart Ford Mustang here for Going Racing, as he was being just as aggressive as we saw Logan in the Truck Series. Now 3 wide down the back straightaway into turns 3, trying to make up as much ground as he can on this opening start of this race on the inside of the 47 of Natalie Decker. There was some contact actually on the exit of turn 4. 3 wide again down the front straightaway, and Suarez was up into the top 10 very quick, and he had gotten almost up towards the top 5 here. It started to fade out, the speed in the car did here as this run went on, but he would get to the inside of the number 20 down this long back straightaway towards turn 3. He would gain a spot there, but then really struggled after this point now, as he was trying to make a pass on the 1 of Daniel Hemrick here a little bit later on in this race, and unfortunately that actually got Daniel into a position where he was 3 wide in the middle, and the 20 car was back up the inside, would pass him, and he would not be able to complete the pass on the 1 car either. So we cut straight through to the final lap of this race from Texas in the Xfinity Series. Out of turns 4, it was Kimi Räikkönen again coming through to win in Texas, the Formula One World Champion, as Suarez comes through to cross the line in the 5th position. So still an overall very strong day for Daniel Suarez and Going Racing, but obviously our goal now is to just build up as many playoff points as we can before this regular season comes to a close. Now jumping though into Gateway for the Cup Series here with the Pepsi colors on the car. Once again, I still love this paint scheme so much now, as we would get underway for a qualifying lap. The goal was a 32.778, and we got down into turns 1 and 2 pretty well here now, but unfortunately I throttle up a little bit too early and actually make a big mistake hitting the outside wall on the exit of the corner, so that completely destroyed the lap, and we would come through to cross the line with a 34.412 and qualify all the way down in 30th place because of that mistake there in the first and opening few corners of our qualifying attempts. So now we got a lot of work to do. We're at a track I think we are actually going to have a legitimate opportunity to run pretty well today here in Gateway. Now, as you see the rest of the qualifying order on your screen up front, it's going to be Ty Gibbs. Unfortunately, the race did not get underway right away. We actually had a rain delay, so we had to wait till sunset to get this race underway. As you can see, the weather surrounding the track was not looking very good, but by the time about 7 p.m. came around, we were ready to go. Worldwide Technology Raceway opened all the way back in 1967 to a capacity of 78,000 people. Now, as we're hosting cup races here in our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode at this point, in the distance you can see the city of St. Louis. Beautiful views from this racetrack here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's you see that big arch there just outside of the city now. Ready though to take the green flag, and what I think is going to be a good opportunity for our team to have a good run here tonight from Gateway. Starting down in 30th place is going to be a very tough feat ahead of us, but I legitimately think we can have a strong top 10 run tonight.
Gateway International. Track loosens up along the long run, so make sure to take care of your tires.
Yes, sir. I think we can do that pretty well, so let's go have a good night. There you hear myself on the radio along with our crew chief of Lantion getting ready to go green here from a rough starting spot here down in 30th place. It's going to be a long, hard night, but at the same time, this is not a very long race. Anytime we come to a track in the Cup Series that isn't actually on the Cup Series schedule in NASCAR Heat 5, the races are usually quite significantly shorter. So it kind of reduces the time we have to go from 30th to a hopefully strong top 10 finish here. Now, as we're ready, though, to take the green flag right behind the number 33 of Austin Cindric alongside our former teammate of Alex Bowman as the green flag is out, and we are underway. Ty Gibbs, a one-time Cup Series winner from Sonoma Raceway a little bit earlier in the season, leads the field to the green down towards turns 1 and 2 on this opening lap here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Not much we can do here on the outside, just except for wait for an opportunity to open up to get down to that inside as soon as possible here. Zane Smith up our inside in that. Richard Childress Racing number 8 car. Austin Dillon as well, his teammate in the mix now, as we're just hoping that door opens a lot sooner rather than later, because it's very hard to go anywhere on this outside at Gateway. Now up front it's still Ty Gibbs, but Bubba Wallace is up already into the second position. He's still looking for his first win on the season. A bit of a different outlook on the beginning part of this season compared to last season. It was all Gordon Hendrick Motorsports at this point last season. We had gotten to victory lane. Kyle Larson had gone to victory lane. Ryan Blaney had gone to victory lane. Well, none of those drivers that I just listed, including myself, have won a race yet this season. It's been drivers like Lewis Hamilton winning races, Derek Kraus as well, who's actually won 2 consecutive races recently here. So Kraus looking a lot stronger this season so far. I did pick up one win last season at our home track there in Canada, and we'll see if he can maybe do the same later this season, but he's already having a very good start. 2311 Racing looks to be very, very strong. McLaren looks to be a little bit off compared to what they were at the start, and I mean overall the whole of last season, and Gordon Hendrick of course way off this season. In our Roush LeBron Racing team, very hit or miss so far. Some days Reddick, Bell run very good, some days they don't run very good, and then you got myself of course, who's been struggling right now outside of the playoffs. But if the car keeps running the way it does today, I think we can definitely make some ground up on that cut line to get into the playoffs here. Now as we got to our back of our rival of Joey Logano here on lap 5 of only 10 in stage 1, Bubba Wallace had taken the lead from Ty Gibbs. He was driving away from the field looking for a stage 1 victory. Now on the end of lap 5 to the inside of our rival of Joey Logano. It's important to say, you know what, we're not going to move out of the way for Joey and just let him bully us and push us around now, as we're going to go side by side down into turns 1, and he's going to try and force us down all the way to the inside curbing. I said, nope, you are done, get out of here. I completely dumped the 22 of Joey Logano. He goes around, the caution comes up for the first time here today. I don't care, NASCAR can do whatever they want, he deserved it. There you hear myself, my opinion on the radio. I think he completely deserved that right there. I mean, it's been really a long time coming that we finally just completely take out the 22 of Joey Logano once again, as we would jump right into getting ready for the next restart. Honestly, probably shouldn't have taken out the 22 simply because it gives us less time to work our way forwards. Unfortunately as well, we got the 22 directly behind us with 2 laps to go in stage 1, so we got to be careful down here in turns 1. Honestly, might have to get really aggressive and try to make it 3 wide as the 22's there, but not close enough. I decide to send it up the inside 3 wide in the middle between Christopher Bell. We got Ryan Blaney, now Alex Bowman on our outside, so fortunately, it really worked out actually, because Logano got held up behind traffic. We're still 3 wide in the middle down this back straightaway towards turns 3, as I'm trying to get clear of Ryan Blaney. Couldn't quite do that, but we do get clear of the 48 of Alex Bowman now as we come through the center of the corner. So to the outside of that number 24 of William Byron, who returned last episode from injury now. Not a good season it's been for Gordon Hendrick, like I already said in general, as we get this final lap underway here in stage 1. Bubba Wallace in front of the number 44 Mercedes driver of Lewis Hamilton. Chris Buescher up into 3rd place as we exit turn 2 right on that back bumper of Ryan Preece there for Penske Racing. He won recently as well. He is locked into the playoffs as we go up the inside of him on this backstretch into turn 3 and 4. Hamilton up the inside of Bubba Wallace through turn 3 on the final lap, and Hamilton will take the lead out of the final turn on this final lap of stage 1 to come through to win the stage and now pick up an extra playoff point. No top 10 yet for us, but we moved our way forwards a lot there. Got up to P18, gaining 12 positions in just the opening 10 laps of this race from Gateway. I really didn't think we needed to adjust the car very much because it was driving really well and nobody's coming into the pit lane anyway, so everybody stays out here at the end of stage 1 at the bottom of the grid. Got drivers like Haley Deegan, Noah Gregson, as well as Tony Bradinger as Lewis Hamilton wins stage 1 from Gateway. Back from Gateway in the St. Louis area, getting ready to go green for the start of stage 2. We gained 12 positions right there in that first and opening 10 laps of this race, so we made some good headway getting up towards that top 10 as we're ready to go back green right behind that number 9 McLaren of Chase Elliott for the start of stage 2 here from Gateway. It is time to get amped. There you have the AMP segment completed as we go down into turns 1 now up inside the top 15 at the end of the first couple of laps in the second stage. Lewis Hamilton driving away from the Red Bull driver of Chris Buescher. Bubba Wallace faded there during the AMP segment at the beginning of stage 2. Now the inside of Ty Gibbs, who qualified on pole, clearly doesn't have anywhere near the amount of speed that he needs to be competing for a race victory here tonight from Gateway. Eric Jones now up into third position as well here as we're going to try and even go up the inside of Harrison Burton. Not really used to battling these guys very much this season, but here we are closing in on a top 10 position close to the halfway point of stage 2. So confidence building for sure now at the inside of the front row Mercedes of Todd Gilliland. Now into the top 10 we go as we exit turn 2. So a little bit of contact with that Budweiser Mercedes, but we're still going to be able to complete the pass and move into the top 10 for like the first time, I think, on an oval this season. So it's been a rough start to the season, and I've seen some comments asking, why are we going to this team? Trust me, it'll work out in the end. I'm very confident. Now is actually, we have a crash in the 24 car of William Byron into the outside wall in turns 2, and the caution will come out here for the first time tonight due to an incident from Gateway. And now everybody coming into the pit lane. So we took 2 cans of fuel, we took 4 tires, no adjustments, and we actually lost 1 spot, unfortunately, and down into P11 we went, and that was actually due to the 18 of Kyle Busch staying out, and now he is actually going to lead the field back to the green as we are underway with just 2 laps to go once again from stage 2. So an interesting strategy from Kyle Busch, maybe just trying to pick up a playoff point, but I think that's a strategy that is going to flop very hard in that third and final stage where the most points are awarded. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out for him. Now down this backstretch, trying to get some stage points here on the back bumper of our former teammate of Kyle Larson into turn 3. He leaves the door open. I take said door being opened, and we go side by side on the exit of turns 4. Lewis Hamilton has already passed Kyle Busch back to the lead. He goes down this front stretch, white flag in the air for the end of stage 2. Behind us we got Ty Gibbs as we're side by side still with Larson into the corner. Chris Buescher now putting some pressure on Lewis Hamilton and looking to the inside of Lewis Hamilton on the exit of turn 2 down the backstretch right to the back of the number 78 of Justin Haley. Elliott there behind us ready to pounce, as well as we're still side by side with Kyle Larson doing everything I can to get any single point possible. Buescher up the inside of Hamilton through turns 3 and 4, and now he is going to be able to potentially take the stage victory. They're going to be side by side down the front stretch. We're going to get a top 10. Buescher wins stage 2, and we just barely beat that 5 of Kyle Larson for that 10th position. So 1 stage point for us here, which doesn't sound like much, but when we're in the car that we're in and we're fighting for that final playoff spot right now, that single point right there means a lot. Now Kyle Busch, the only driver that will be coming into the pit lane. Everybody else will be staying out here at the end of stage 2, ready for the start of that third and final stage here from Gateway as Chris Buescher steals the win of stage 2 from Lewis Hamilton on the final lap. The sun has gone down here as you see the beautiful night lights of the St. Louis area as we're ready for the start of this third and final stage. This race should have ended a lot earlier if it wasn't due to that rain delay, but nonetheless we're ready to go back. Green flag racing up into P9, gaining 1 position due to Kyle Busch having to come into the pit lane as the green flag is back out. We are underway, and you see in your top left of the screen with the lap count, there's not a lot of racing to go, only 26 laps here from Gateway as we go down into turns 1 right behind that number 16 of Kaz Grala for Colleague Racing, who has been a lot stronger this season after they parted ways with Justin Haley, who's having a really strong season surprisingly in that 78 car. I wouldn't expect that to last very long with that performance of that team, but Colleague nonetheless, they have really improved this season. Are they going to be a playoff contender? Really tough to tell at this point. I actually outbraked myself a little bit into turn 3, left the door wide open for that 9 of Chase Elliott, who goes up the inside and gets clear on the exit of turns 4. So down into 10th place we go, but no big deal. We only lost 1 spot. We're still up inside the top 10. Hamilton up there in 3rd place. He lost a spot to the number 23 Bubba Wallace. 3 wide in front of us with the 78 of Haley, as well as the colleague driver of Grala and the McLaren driver of Sam Mayer in that number 66 car. Surprisingly, Sam Mayer still looking for his first Cup Series victory, with giving how strong McLaren has been, especially last season, and how strong Mayer was. It's really surprising that he never actually got to victory lane. Out of turns 4, though, the 9 car of Chase Elliott goes sideways there. That was due to me deciding to try and punt him through the middle of the corner because I said I really don't want to wait around. I want to get going. I didn't think it was going to affect the 9 car that much, so I felt a little bit bad about that. But we gained a spot there. Up into P8 we go, and now to lap 32. Unfortunately, under pressure now from the 5 of Kyle Larson. He was really trying to get to my inside. I didn't quite leave him the opportunity to get to my inside yet. On lap 33, he was right to my back bumper, though. But then on now the exit of turn 2 to the back of the 83 of Eckstead actually pushed me up even further when I hit his bumper, so that left the door open for Kyle Larson, who got to my inside here down this backstretch. Chris Buescher still leading the way, by the way, as we go down into turn 3, so we drop back down into 9th place as Kyle Larson is going to go through on the inside. Just about made some contact with him on his right rear quarter panel, but now on lap 35, trying to follow him through on the inside of the 83 of Christian Eckes. A big hit out of turns 4, though, for Timmy Hill for Chip Ganassi Racing, who blew a right front tire. The caution comes out again, and everybody comes into the pit lane. I decided, though, you know what? We're actually going to put right side tires on the car. No one's going to take tires here, but I decided we're going to give up maybe 10 positions or so, but hopefully this will pay off in the long run. So we give up some crucial track position, but like I said, in the long run, I think it might pay off in our advantage. We'll have to wait and see, of course, how this works out as we are back underway once again. Now about 15 laps to go as we get back going. Now, of course, we really got to push hard and push forwards here in the final 15 laps, giving up that crucial track position. I already see some 3 wide in front of us with Derek Kraus on the far outside now. Ty Gibbs in the middle now as we exit the corner. A little bit of contact, actually, with our teammates of that number 60 of Tyler Reddick as we go down this backstretch side by side with that Monster Energy number 11 Toyota Camry. Buescher still leads the way over now second place, who actually belongs to Sam Mayer in the McLaren. Now as we come through turns 4 onto the curbing, and actually we're going to spin the car out as we exit turns 4. A big mistake from myself. The caution comes out here from Gateway.
You okay?
No, I think I hurt my talent a little bit on that one. There you hear myself on the radio. The humor is not lost, at least now, as we are going to have even less time to move our way to the front of this packer, to the top 10 that is now, as that was not a mistake we need to be making, and it is a very easy mistake to make at Gateway, and that's not the first time I've done that. I've done that, I think, in our last race here, maybe last season as we're back on the way, but I've also done that in the Nitro Racing League at Gateway. So a big shunt, but hopefully we can move our way back forwards with only 11 laps remaining in this race. We got to get once again back down to that inside as quick as we possibly can. We know even after spinning we still have a big fresh tire advantage on the right side of the car, and I'm confident we can still use that to our advantage against these guys as we go down this back straightaway side by side with the number 48 and now the 9 of Chase Elliott down into turn 3. I was hoping maybe I could slip up the inside of Ryan Blaney right there, but he shut that door very quick. Now as I'm even going to go to the outside of him, I got to get aggressive somehow, and we're going to make it 3 wide to the outside. Definitely didn't quite work the way I was hoping it was going to, but I'm hopeful we can get clear down into turns 1. Yes, we do, and we slice up the inside of that Ally Financial Chevrolet Camaro of Alex Bowman, and then we just start to work our way forward so we can take it 3 wide with Chase Elliott as well as Ty Gibbs. Chris Buescher still leading the way over that number 44 of Lewis Hamilton, Bubba Wallace in 3rd, and the number 66 of Sam Mayer in 4th, and you got Kaz Gralla up there in 5th there. The 19 got loose off of my front bumper again. I said I gotta get going, guys, and once again I put the bumper to the back of someone and got that 19 sideways. That didn't really help me any right there because I had to check up to make sure we didn't drill him right in the back bumper. So unfortunately that was a terrible move for myself. Now as we got up the inside of the 83 of Christian Eckes, having a rough night as his teammates leading the way, looking for his first win of the season. Now as we exit turns 2, some contact there with Reddick as we've been roughing up quite a few guys tonight. Did not want to rough up my teammate like that, but we got up towards now 12th place, now passing Eric Jones for 11th place, up the inside of that Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Camaro of Chase Elliott for 10th place here in the final closing laps. A top 10 looking pretty likely if we don't make a mistake at this point right on that back bumper. The 2 of Ryan Preece finally on the end of lap 48. We get clear of Chase Elliott up into 10th place. We go an opportunity to maybe take a 3 wide with Gilliland and Ryan Preece, and I'm going to take that option right there as we go 3 wide with 4 laps to go into turns 1 and up into 8th place we go. We have only got 1 top 10 finish this whole season. It was at Sonoma Raceway, so we haven't finished in the top 10 at an oval, but we have an opportunity to change that right here. Now to the back of Kaz Gralla Casgrala coming to the final 2 laps of this race here. Now, a big mistake from myself. We got to the outside wall right there. Thankfully, we don't really damage the car. We keep it going, and as we were coming through to the final lap here, we got right to the back of that 16 again of Casgrala. White flag in the air for Chris Buescher, looking to bring Red Bull's first victory of the season home right here. Now, as we're right on that back bumper of Casgrala on the white flag, down into turns 1. Elliott there behind us in that 9th position as we're right to the back of the 16. Not quite close enough yet here as we exit turns 2. An opportunity to look to his inside, hopefully down this back straightaway, but as I was trying to pull left, I actually gave him a bit of a speed boost down towards turn 3, so we have to just stay in behind him here. Now, as I'm going to try and line him up for another bump right there, a bump to the back of the 16, that's going to send him sideways. Now a dump and run, just about that was here as we get around him. Once again, did not want to actually do all of that to him. I was just trying to move him out of the way, but we come through to cross the line to finish P7 after a rough day in terms of physicality for myself here from Gateway, and I don't know if NASCAR is going to be very impressed with how many times we roughed someone up. We wrecked Joey Logano, and we just straight up punted and nearly wrecked 3 other drivers here. As you see the rest of the finishing order on your screen, rounding out the top 20 was the 41 car for Stuart Haas Racing of John Hunter. Nemechek, Haley Deegan rounding out the top 30, and in the very final spot, you got Timmy Hill, and sure enough, after the race, NASCAR has placed myself on probation after events in Gateway. Quote, Owen wrecked the 22 and proceeded to drive over aggressive, moving other drivers throughout the race, said Steve O'Donnell. Owen will be on probation for over aggressive driving for the next 3 races. Honestly, I think I deserved every little bit of that there. I definitely was driving a little bit over my head, and hopefully we learn from that. And if we don't, of course, and drive over aggressive in the next 3 races, at some point we can find ourselves suspended. So Kansas is a track that's pretty hard to rough people up at, so I don't think we're going to have that problem there at the 1.5 miles. As always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, you do know what to do. You can see we're now only 10 points below the cut line, so we made some good ground up here today, and hopefully we can continue that in Kansas. Before we end it, just want to say thank you to the members of MJ, Joseph 9001, Timothy Arline, Hayes Gaming, Brett Durward, Dark Gengar Gaming, AJ Visura, Russell Dixon, Kenneth Barnett, Dana9302, Speed Demon 341, Alice Emery, as well as Jay Fitz. I appreciate you guys' support as usual, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.